Admiral Thax of the Galactic Dominion stared at the blue-green planet on his view screen with contempt. The humans had refused their ultimatum again. These primitives, barely a century into space travel, dared to reject membership in the greatest empire the universe had ever known. "Prepare the main cannon," he ordered. "Let's remind these Earth creatures who they're dealing with." His communications officer cleared his throat. "Sir, we've intercepted a transmission from their planet. They say they have a final message for us." Fax laughed. "Let's hear their pathetic pleas." The screen flickered, revealing a woman in a simple military uniform. Admiral Keller of Earth Defense Command didn't look frightened or even concerned. She looked amused. "This is your final warning, Dominion forces," she said calmly. "Leave Earth's space immediately or face the consequences." Fax nearly choked on his laughter. "And what consequences might those be, human? Your primitive weapons can't even scratch our hull." Admiral Keller smiled. Not the smile of someone begging for mercy, but the smile of a predator. "You've had 6 warnings. We gave you every chance to reconsider. Now you get to learn why every other intelligent species in this sector refuses to come near our solar system." The transmission cut. Vax turned to his science officer. "Scan their defenses. Let's see what pathetic weapon they think will save them." The science officer's tentacles danced over the controls, then froze. "Sir, their moon is moving." "What?" "The natural satellite orbiting Earth. It's changing trajectory." Fax moved to the view screen, watching in disbelief as Earth's moon, an entire celestial body, slowly shifted its orbit. "Impossible," he whispered. "No species has planetary engineering at that scale." His tactical officer's voice shook. "Sir, it's accelerating toward us. Evasive maneuvers." Fax shouted. "Full power to engines." But the massive Dominion flagship, nearly 2 kilometers long and built to intimidate worlds into submission, was not designed for rapid course correction. The moon, a rock over 3,400 kilometers in diameter, was now moving with purpose, its trajectory perfectly calculated. The science officer stared at his readings in disbelief. "They've covered it in some kind of propulsion system. Thousands of engines across its surface. This isn't improvised. They prepared this. They've had this weapon ready." "How?" Fax demanded. "Their civilization is barely spacefaring." "Sir," the communications officer interrupted. "Another transmission from Earth." Admiral Keller's face appeared again. "You know what's funny about humans, Admiral Thax? We're paranoid. For centuries, we imagined alien invasions before we even left our atmosphere. We prepared for wars against enemies we hadn't met. When we finally reached space and found the universe full of life, we didn't abandon those fears. We justified them." On the tactical display, the moon was now moving at an impossible speed for an object its size. While your Dominion was conquering peaceful worlds that never imagined conflict on a cosmic scale, humanity was building weapons for enemies we'd never met. We turned our entire solar system into a fortress, because that's what humans do. We prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. Thax frantically ordered his weapons officers to target the oncoming satellite, but their most powerful weapons merely cratered the surface without slowing its approach. "The moon you're seeing isn't even our real moon," Keller continued, almost conversationally. "It's a replica, smaller, hollower, filled with engines and guided by the most advanced AI we could build. The real moon is still safely in orbit. This one, we built it specifically as a final option, a planet killer." Panic spread across the bridge as escape pod alarms blared. The artificial moon was minutes from impact. "But here's what's really important for the Dominion to understand," Keller said, her voice hardening. "This is just one weapon from one planet in one insignificant corner of the galaxy. And we have more, so much more." The transmission ended. Fax stood frozen as his crew abandoned their posts. The view screen showed the looming mass of Earth's weapon, a celestial body turned into the universe's largest kinetic missile. In Earth's military command center, Admiral Keller watched as the Dominion flagship was obliterated in an explosion visible even from planetary surface. The artificial moon, its purpose served, began to break apart into predetermined fragments, none large enough to threaten nearby planets or space lanes. General Banks approached her station. Think they got the message? Keller nodded. The Dominion's retreat signal suggests they did. Their remaining ships are jumping to faster than light as we speak. How long until the rest of the galaxy hears about this? He asked. Hours at most. The trade routes will buzz with the news that humans dropped a moon on the Dominion's flagship. Banks chuckled. Not exactly the first impression I'd hoped we'd make on the galactic community. No, Keller agreed, watching the last Dominion ships flee, but it's the one they needed. The galaxy needs to understand that Earth isn't like the other worlds they've conquered. We spent our entire history fighting ourselves, preparing for the worst. They came expecting sheep and found wolves. In the following days, 17 previously hostile species requested diplomatic relations with Earth. None mentioned membership in their empires or demands for resources. Instead, they spoke of mutual respect, boundaries, and peaceful coexistence. Humanity had made its point. The message had been received across the stars. Earth was not to be trifled with. They were willing to be friends, allies, even partners, but try to conquer them, and they would respond with devastating creativity. Don't poke the humans. They drop moons on those who do.